Eric, welcome to Real Vision.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to have you here today. For people who don't know, particularly people here in the US, BitPanda is a very big deal in Europe. You currently have over 2.5 million customers. Tell us a little bit about BitPanda and what you do.
You want the long version or the short version?
Eric, you are here to
Probably
give
the short
long
version is a long version. It's let's say it like this. Paul, Christian, and I, so we're three co-founders. We were in the industry for quite a while. And even in 2013, we realized how hard it is in Europe to buy crypto. So you had to send money abroad and so on. And most people don't know what a limit order is, what a market order is, and so on. We said, if that needs to get mass adoption, you need to have it as simple as buying things online in a web shop, like in Amazon or something, with a credit card or a bank account or whatever. So the idea originally was building a web shop, make it very easy to buy and sell. That's it. No wallet function, nothing. I realized people need wallets and a proper user experience. So that web shop idea became, there were so many obstacles here, getting bank accounts and so on, but we all know that in 2013, 2014, even 15, 16. But we realized you need to offer much more. And so the shop became a platform. And then the next evolution was, you know what? Even for us, when we were, let's say, it was quite a while ago. Crypto was probably my first real proper trades. Although I'm interested in finance for quite a long time. I'm now 34. I think got really interested in that since I'm 18 or 19. But I couldn't participate in the financial market. I couldn't participate in the stock market or anything because I didn't have the money. Because the financial system is, first of all, pre-internet. Pre-internet means there's not 24/7 trading and so on. There's weekends. Crypto was invented in a time where the internet was already established. And you see, there's suddenly a new financial market that is open 24/7 and globally available. So we said all the learnings we had from crypto, why don't we bring it to other asset classes? So we started with gold and precious metals in general, where you can buy now real physical gold as an high security wallet in Switzerland, it's insured. But you can buy a fraction of it. You can buy it for €2, for €1, but you get the same deal as if you would buy for 2 million, because we buy it in so large quantities that you get and we pass the deal through to the retail. That you could never buy physical gold for that price, and especially not in small quantities. And we realized, we have to do the same for stocks. But in Europe, that is very, very, very hard. You can't really split a stock in Europe, and everything is very fragmented here. Regulation is not that easy. The stock market in general is highly regulated everywhere around the world. But that is necessary that everybody can participate. So we take all the learnings from cryptocurrencies and bring it to more asset classes. So this is why we brought out now BitPanda stocks, where you can have 24/7 trading and fractional, even for €1, no fixed fees and anything. And our idea here is to build the investment platform for everybody, especially in Europe. That's very interesting, maybe for you guys in the US to know. Way less than 10% of people here own stocks. You don't have 401k, you don't have these things, you don't have these tax incentives and so on. So owning stocks is very unpopular here for several reasons, mostly, of course, also user experience, bureaucracy. But now we remove all these barriers with proper user experience, from other apps, and with a fractional trading for all asset classes. And that is in I wanted to say that's a short story, but probably that was a long monologue. But that is the story where we come from and where we're going and where we are right now.
Eric, we're here at Real Vision for the long story.
All right.
All right. Talking of which, tell us a little bit about your background. You alluded to some of your interest in this space when we were just speaking, but tell us a little bit about your background and specifically how you came to find yourself doing what you're doing today.
I have I mean, when I say I have an unusual background, then most founders probably have an unusual background. That's not very unique anymore. Um, my father was a captain and a ship pilot, and I thought it was a good idea to do the same. So before I wanted my plan after school to study not what is it nautics, yeah, I think that's the right word in English. I said I want to learn everything about it before going on a bridge. I said, I want to do learn ship mechanics. So I was a ship mechanic for 2.5 years. I learned it and was traveling the whole world, like over 50 countries in these 2.5 years. That was very challenging, great expertise. But after 2 months, I realized that's not where I want to go, where I see my future at all. I don't want to miss this experience, and I finished it, so 2.5 years, but I wouldn't do it again. But I'm very happy that I made this experience for my own, let's say, development.
What's interesting is that, that as a background and as a context coming into this, there's no such thing as bluffing. There's no such thing as vaporware on the high seas. Things either work or they don't. So it's an interesting sort of context for you to have coming into what you do today.
Because a ship, like these big container ships, like over 300 meters, they are like its own city. They are like its own autark, like they can run on its own cities. You have to do everything. And these huge ships are just run by 20 people overall. And that is, there's every day something going wrong, like horribly wrong. This is, so you get very stress resistant, There's also rough language or tone and so on. It can be very challenging. And you're like, it's like a little prison. There was no internet at this time, on the ships. There was, you're there. And if your supervisors are cool, then it might be a good trip. If not, and I also had the experience, it was like prison, All right. But, and then afterwards, I had some time to figure out what I wanted. And then you just think, you have a lot of time to figure out what you want. So I studied business. It's the most uncreative thing on earth, probably. But I did it on the side because I then started my own little business. And I come originally from the. I say maybe it's a lie. Maybe I lied to myself. I don't know. I say if I would be like 12 years younger or something, my job would be in esports, because when I was good, you can win a computer or something, but nowadays it's a huge industry. So at this time it was like I was in the payment industry and gaming. And then when you're in that industry, you get all the big trends and so on quite early on. So a lot of my friends were very good and famous online poker professionals. All these together, you somehow, and I can't recall when and how, you get to know about Bitcoin. You got to know about Bitcoin, and it took a while. Like first you read it, and then 2 months you haven't heard of it, and then you hear it a second time, maybe a third time, and then you start looking at it and can't tell when and how, and
Hey, if you like this clip, be sure to check out the full interview and more only on realvision.com/crypto. It's 100% free. Sign up now.